Hello and welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. My name is Paul. This is the daily collective tarot one-card reading for November 7th, 2023. Please hit the like button, leave a comment, consider subscribing to the channel if you haven't yet. And if there is anything you would like me to pray over or meditate upon or send positive energy toward, please let me know. Now, this is going to be a general one-card reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger, and I ask you to connect directly with this card and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I might provide. And remember, everyone, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. And that's a pretty good daily card, a 9 of Pentacles, right? Gain. This is a card of progress. This is a card that says we are increasing, that we're involved in the process of generating through our work whatever it is that we have set out to generate, right? This is the card of healing, for one thing. This is a kind of a restoration of health, a restoration of financial stability, right? There's a real abundance in this card, and you can see it by just kind of looking at it. It seems rather abundant. And this is, it's Venus energy in the sign of Virgo. So it's very much focused on positive gains, positive additions, right, to our lives. So this is the process. You know, we go from the 9. I like to talk about the function of going from a 9 of something to a 10, right? It's that final step. It's that crossing that finish line. And we get closer and closer and closer, but it's kind of like we never fully get there, and we're okay with that. We don't really want to, because it's in the doing, it's in the functioning, it's in the experience of accomplishing things, where we really find our happiness, right? That's why the 9 of Cups is called happiness. It's in that activity. It's not in the final state of, okay, I have all of my stuff now, and now I'm happy. I think that quickly fades, right? I think it's in the activity, it's in the work that we do that we find the most happiness. Yeah. So with the 9 of Pentacles today, 9 of Discs, 9 of Coins, I feel like this is kind of a focus on our health and our wealth right now, right? Today might be a day to really look at it and see, are we putting in the right efforts in the right places to kind of, to continue improving our lives? Our behaviors, right? Our decision, our actions out here in the mechanical world, are they helping us to accumulate the right kind of energies? Maybe financial energies, maybe love, right? Maybe happiness, maybe abundance, maybe security, maybe whatever it is that we need, right? So today let's assess our behaviors, because the suit of discs, pentacles, coins, diamonds, stones, whatever you want to call them, are really about our behavior and how our impulses manifest as behavior. Yeah. So it's a good day to just pay attention to that, because everything we do, every thought, word, and deed is an accumulation. We could even say it's an accumulation of karma, right? Everything we do, every choice we make, it's all adding up to something. We're gaining something by these activities that we have in our daily lives, by our behaviors, right? And we're either further ingraining certain types of behaviors so that we're more likely to behave that way again, or we are struggling against certain behaviors so that we don't just continue to add on or to deepen that groove in our, neural pathways or whatever, and trying to break out of, habits that perhaps are gaining us the wrong kind of energy, right? Are we accumulating strength? Are we accumulating love and wisdom? Are we accumulating, financial security and stability? so that we're able to provide for ourselves and provide for our loved ones, etc. So everything that we do is an accumulation, right? There's gain. That's why every card has light and shadow, right? Are we accumulating the wrong kind of stuff or unnecessary stuff? Are we weighing ourselves down by accumulating stuff that we really don't want or need, right? Are we behaving in such a way that we're just generating and building up this karma that we really don't need, right? Or are we trying to be aware of our behavior? See, we always talk about fire to earth and how fire is the source, it's the impulse, it is the inspiration, it is the will, it's the spirit behind something, the energy to do it. And then there's the behavior, and then there's the result, and then there's the action in the mechanical world. We talk a lot about the connection between the two, but we don't really talk much about the earth side of things, right? Because in a lot of systems, in a lot of divination systems, religious systems, esoteric systems, the earth is kind of the afterthought, right? But it's the first material. This is what we have to work with. So in some ways, it's the most important part. That's why I think a lot of philosophical systems and psychological systems, etc., advise us to pay attention to our behaviors first and work our way backwards, right? And figure out where that behavior comes from and to try to attach it to that impulse and not to judge, not to correct it necessarily, but just to know ourselves, just to be aware, right, of what kind of patterns we're repeating. So today's a good day, and I think that we should focus on putting our efforts, putting our behaviors, right, into accumulating the right kind of stuff. Are we building up those energies in our lives? And everything's energy, so we could be talking about money, we could be talking about relationships, creative energy, and inner vitality and inner fire, you know. Are we accumulating the right kind of energy, the right kind of stuff in our lives? Right? So let's try to make the connection now between what we have in our lives and what we see increasing and the efforts that we're putting into it and how we're responsible for that kind of, that piling up. Could be piling up good stuff or perhaps not so good stuff. Yeah. So let's take a look at that today. All right. I don't think there's really a lot of other things we need to talk about with this card. It is the visible signs of progress. This is stuff that we can typically gauge or measure or tangibly assess, you know. So it's things here in the material. It doesn't have to be an object. You know, it could be a behavior. It could be the expression of an emotion, even. You know, whatever it is that we are creating. But with this card also, let's examine our lives, not just in the particular, but in the more general, and ask ourselves if the activities that we're doing, if our lives generally, our work, right, whether it's employment, career, whether it's creative work, maybe you're retired, maybe it's community work. When I say work on this channel, I don't just mean your job, what you do for money. I mean whatever you put your energy into every day, whatever your working is, whatever you're working on, right? Let's ask ourselves if that is a process that we really truly enjoy, or if it is just mechanical, if it's just automatic, if it's just for the material stuff, or if we find that there is emotional satisfaction in there. Excuse my voice. Is there a 9 of Cups in here, right? Hopefully there's not a 9 of Swords. Is there a 9 of Wands in there? Is there strength in there? Do we find that this activity, our working, what we're working on, does it fulfill us in other ways than just providing a physical response, providing some sort of gain from the external world, right, as a kind of a transactional thing? Let's see what's beyond that. Let's see if we feel something deeper with what we're doing. Yeah, let's connect it back to the impulse. Generally, like I said, and then again in those particular ways, through our individual behaviors and kind of what our routines and habits are. Yeah, what our patterns might be. Good card for the day. I want to thank you for joining me. Please go ahead and check out your sun, moon, and rising sign readings available on the channel. I want you to remember that you are the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot. I thank you, and I love you, and we are all in this together.